Hi guys, today K-pop channel will meet BTSx50States. Now, BTSx50States is a network of fans from all 50 states of the USA that has immensely helped BTS songs to be played on numbers of American radio stations till today. So, hi, thank you for joining this interview with K-pop channel. Would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, Rosan. Thank you for having us. My name is Bao, and I'm part of BTS50States. I'm actually one of the admins that run the main account, as well as a member of the PR team.
So my name is Maggie, and the position I have is I'm one of the members of board of directors, and I'm also in public relations member.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Well, I know BTS50States' goal is to promote BTS in the US, whether through radio, grassroots campaigns, ads, or local national projects. And you guys have been doing such an amazing job, you guys. So I'm very proud of you. But I dare to say you guys are one of the heroes behind BTS success in mainstream America and Billboard. So when you watched the Billboard Music Awards, how did it feel?
Well, first of all, thank you for saying all the nice things about us. You make me blush.
No problem.
Yes, I mean, I don't think there was an army who didn't watch the BBMAs. And as someone who has been with BTS through their more difficult years, saying that I'm proud is really an understatement. To have a Korean group to premiere a brand new single in Korean at the BBMAs was unthinkable before BTS. It truly shows how far these young men have come, and it felt really, really good to witness it.
No, yes, it really does. No one would have thought this would have ever happened. And so ARMY got together and basically made the impossible possible.
Yes, we did. And the BBMA this year was really a special event for us because as 50 States, we didn't just watch the awards. We actually organized a fan project that called Illuminate. It's a two-part project. The first part, we passed out ribbons to ARMY to wear. The purpose is to help raise awareness for BTS's UNICEF Love Myself campaign.
Yeah.
ARMY are very proud and actively participate in this campaign, and so far we have raised over $1 million. And then the second part of our project, we passed out purple tissue paper and plastic bag to wrap over the phone and our light stick to create a purple ocean and to support BTS during their performance. It was really successful, so we were really proud.
Yes, I was there to witness it, and it was very beautiful, very beautiful. So thank you so much for setting that project up.
Oh, thank you.
So we're excited to know more about your guys' story in the early stages. So when was this group created?
To make the long story short, U.S. armies, we've been requesting BTS songs on the radio for a long time because we genuinely want to hear BTS on the radio. But there wasn't any real organized effort until around summer of 2017. So after 2017 BBMAs, a group of armies, we started a Twitter group chat, like a task force in a way, to really strategize on targeting radio. So we researched and we kind of become some sort of self-taught radio promoters for BTS.
Yes.
And one of the things we learned was the importance of local demand. So that was the reason why BTS50States and our regional accounts were created. And that was August of 2017, just before Love Yourself Her was released.
We were all requesting BTS on the radio, but we weren't as unified as we are now. And I remember it was really a struggle to request BTS on the radio because a lot of the radio stations didn't really see it as a demand. I wouldn't say they were ignoring us, but also it was just really tough for us. So I'm really happy that you guys organized, or we became more organized as a group.
Yes.
And you guys helped us lead the way because we all wanted to be unified, but we just didn't know where to begin. So I'm so happy that you guys put your foot down and started somewhere.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely helped streamline our effort instead of just, tagging random stations, asking for a song to be played. We actually have guidelines, and as we learn more, we're still learning today, but as we learn more, our effort become more effective.
Mm-hmm. That is true. How many people were in the team at the beginning? Do you remember?
The first account was created with just 3 people.
Oh.
There was only 3 people handling the first account, and then as we gradually grow over the first few months, we created more regional accounts, and now we are at over 80 admins and 15 regions.
Wow, it's incredible to see it start with just a few people and it grows into a really big organized group. So that's incredible. Well, what do you think was the most memorable moment for BTS 50 States when it was all starting?
When we first started, so that was around August of 2017. I think the most memorable moment had to be when BTS was first played on a commercial radio station. Before that, they would play here and there on like internet radio, but not like a real radio.
Yeah.
So why 94.9 in California played Not Today for the first time on August 22nd, and 50 States, we didn't even know about it. It was recorded by chance and uploaded on Twitter by a K-pop fan who wasn't even an ARMY.
Oh, really?
And yes, and obviously we've been requesting, but we didn't catch the moment it would play, and we were so thankful that it was caught on camera by another K-pop fan.
Yeah.
So that person was shocked to hear BTS on their radio. You don't just randomly drive around and hear BTS or a K-pop group being played on American radio stations.
Right.
So that was our very first win as BTS 50 States.
And I'm super happy that someone was able to capture the moment, like you said, and you guys got the date down too. So.
Oh yeah, we totally have our first win down, and we right after that, they played Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and a couple more stations started jumping on and start playing. So it was really encouraging because we wanted to really push for DNA. That was right before Love Yourself Her supposed to come out in September. So it was very encouraging.
It really does help. Especially like I said, I was around that time when all of us were requesting under the certain radio station, and it just didn't feel like they were hearing our response. And so of course a lot of people felt discouraged, but as soon as we found out, one of the radio stations played BTS, it really lifts our spirits, and it helps motivates us again to keep requesting and know that it is possible. It really is possible. And look where we're at now.
I know, everything takes time, and it's hard because BTS is not our traditional English speaking artists that get played over and over on the radio here. So it takes a lot of work, but teamwork makes the dream work, right?
It really does. It really does. And I love that quote so much. I use that a lot. So
yeah, me too.
So there are many types of media. Why did you choose the radio?
Well, we started out with radio first because that was an area that was missing in our fandom. There was a lot of fan bases that covered streaming and voting and buying, but nobody touched radio. And BTS goal for 2017 was to be on Hot 100. So to be on Hot 100, we needed radio airplays. So that was the reason why we started out with radio. However, beyond that, radio has the most reach among the general public. Everybody drive and listen to the radio daily. So it's a great deal of exposure for any artist to have their song play on the radio. So as 50 States, we are a promotional fan base. We want to pave the way for BTS to be successful in America. So radio was and will always be a key component for us, an important tool to expose BTS to the general public and help them cross over to mainstream.
It really is super important, especially for them to chart on the Billboard, which was their goal. Now that the local radio stations and DJs are playing BTS songs and have acknowledged ARMY's hard work, how do you guys feel?
It's nice that our work is being acknowledged. But we still have a lot more work to do. It definitely makes us feel good. But we're not where we would like to be. We have so many goals, so many, our vision is to have BTS be acknowledged, in the US. So, this is a learning process. And if it took BTS 5 years to get recognized, we're okay with spilling our blood, sweat, and tears to help get BTS more exposure here in the US.
Yes, this is only the beginning, and can you imagine
exactly.
that? I mean, it did take us about a year to get where we're at now, but if you think about it, a year, so much happened in that span of time, from radios not playing them to all these radio stations, putting polls on Twitter, playing them on all these radio stations. So it's crazy to see how far we've all come. So.
Yeah, it's definitely an excitement when you see that from going, from experiencing, DJs saying, oh, we don't know who that is, or that's a Korean group, to all of a sudden, hey, ARMY, we have BTS against this artist. Who would you like to hear next? It's amazing, honestly.
Yes, the fact that they're acknowledging us and putting all these polls, though we already know. We kill those polls, right? I've seen it.
Yeah, we do. It does feel like it's longer than a year, though. It feels like it's been a long time.
It's because, so much work was put into it.
Exactly.
I remember when ARMYs first started the project of promoting BTS in the United States, things were really tough. But how did you overcome those hardships and kept going?
So, this might sound like a cliche, but it was actually BTS that motivated us. We could have given up and stopped the moment the majority of the stations and DJs made fun of us. But if 7 boys who came from a small company, Big Hit was a small company, and were made fun of, never gave up, why would we give up? That was sort of our motivation, and it helps that BTS has touched and impacted the lives of so many members of our team. Seeing them succeed and knowing that we, along with ARMY, help contribute just a little bit to the success makes it worthwhile. Because at the end of the day, we want them to be happy and to be recognized for the talented artists that they are. So, that definitely helps that we have, and we have some members in our team that are very positive. They have awesome attitudes that help us stay motivated. At the end of the day, ourselves, we're ARMY also. So like the rest of the fandom, we share funny memes, gifs, photos, videos, so that helps us overcome the tough times that we've had.
Yes. And that's perfect. We drive each other. BTS is inspired by ARMY, and ARMY's inspired by BTS, and that's what keeps us going. During this project, what was the most challenging obstacle for you guys?
The most challenging obstacle, I have to say, getting over prejudice was and still is the most challenging thing for us. A radio station are not used to having fans contacting them in large numbers about playing to one specific artist. It's usually the music label's job, but ARMY is actually doing it. On top of that, it's a non-English song by a mostly unknown group in America. And I have to be honest, being a melting pot that it is, America is still very reluctant to accept that there's a lot of interest in a Korean group, singing mostly in Korean here in America. So, well, we touched up on a little bit on this earlier, but we have been hung up on by radio stations, make fun of, blocked on Twitter. Breaking the ice wasn't easy, and it's still trying even now. We still have some stations that aren't willing to even open a dialogue with us about playing Fake Love because it's 90% in Korean. And despite the fact that the song is doing well on Hot 100, it's just not enough. So we really have a long way to go still.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And a lot of people until now don't realize that there's so much hard work behind all this. And you know, it seems like all these radio stations are accepting them, but there's still a lot more untouched places. And, you know, eventually we'll get to them. you know.
Of course, eventually.
Eventually, but
yeah, we do have a lot of stories that we never share just because it's not encouraging for armies, you know. But like you said, there's a lot going on behind the scene, and we just want to share the good part of it.
Yes, but I know that there's a lot of sad and, you know, sad stories and things that have happened behind the scenes that not a lot of people know, but, you know, it's an amazing story to tell. You know, especially in the future, once a lot more things are successful, you guys can say, you know, we've gone through all this, that didn't stop us, and this is where we are now. So, you know, I can't wait for that, because like I said, I know this is just the beginning, so there's more to come. There's more to come.
Yes, definitely.
What do you think are the fun moments, you know, being with BTS 50 States?
Like you said, you know, even though we have all this work that we have to do, it's still fun because we have each other to help break and reduce the stress. When we plan fun events like our project, Illuminate for the BBMAs, I believe, I'm not sure if Bao mentioned it earlier, or the meetups with our followers, it's always super fun. As one of the main U.S. fan bases here, we love being able to work and engage not only with U.S. Army, but Army all over the world. So being able to talk and enjoy the fandom with K armies and other I armies makes being part of BTS 50 States that much more fun. And like I had mentioned before, you know, we're armies ourselves. So sharing, you know, funny photos, comeback excitement, that always makes our team happy. So it helps. You know, those are the moments that we try to hold down to, and we lean on each other the most in order for everything to. We try to make BTS 50 States run as smoothly as possible with this.
Yes. No, you guys have been doing an amazing job and staying positive and focused on our goal. You guys have become a lot more organized. As I could see that. So good job.
Thank you.
Have you met? Like you said, you've done meetups before, which is amazing.
Right.
Like, have you met fellow armies among the radio stations and DJs you've contacted?
Yeah, so one of our big focuses on BTS 50 States is to be one of the main groups for U.S. Army. So we work hard to try and engage and connect with our followers. Our admins in each region work tirelessly to organize Army meetups within their regions, as well as watch parties and other either small or big events. I can say for myself, I have met a few armies from Chicago, and I've established really nice friendships with them. So it's nice, and definitely we do try to keep that as a motivation also, because not that many armies have, you know, friends or people who they know that are into K-pop. So, you know, these meetups, that's what it's meant for, to meet somebody else and be like, hey, we like the same music, let's be friends.
Yes.
So, you know, for armies, yes, in regards to DJs and radio stations, many of our BTS 50 States admins have had the chance to meet fellow armies. also during the AMAs and the BBMA awards. And in regards to radio and DJs, some of our regions have had encounters with them when DJs have asked them to call in and introduce a BTS song. So I think that's pretty cool how they reach out to us and ask if we can call into the station. They give us the time, the day. Can you call in during this time and introduce, such and such song from BTS? And we're like, yes, let's do this.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Wow, I actually never knew that they had set that up with you guys. So we're very proud of what you do and feel grateful to all of your guys' hard work. Could you please name all of your managers here if that's possible?
Well, honestly, we have such an amazing team, and it would be almost impossible for us to name all of our managers. We have over 80 admins who make up our team and have managed our organization here at BTS50States. So, well, and I mean, each member's contribution is extremely important for us. We wouldn't be who we are today without the work of all our head admins and the team leaders. So it's really hard for me to just name a few.
All right, let's talk about BTS. How do you understand and like the music, lyrics, and cinematic videos of BTS, all of which have deep philosophies, especially since they are in Korean or Japanese?
It's funny you ask because this is something we get asked all the time. I mean, you're part of the fandom, so you obviously know we have army translators who put in hours of work to not only translate but also explain the cultural context, the metaphors in BTS's lyrics. And beyond that, music and videos are very much universal in my opinion. So it's the majority of our fandoms are in our 20s and 30s with high school or college degrees. So we're not strangers to philosophies or intricate cultural theories and connections. It's actually one of the reasons why I love the music so much. I mean, all the theories.
Right.
And once the lyrics are translated, I mean, we can pretty much expand as far as our imagination allows. And each of us relate to their music and lyrics in our own very different way, and it's really part of the fun.
No, yeah, it really is. And you brought up theories, and that's another thing with armies that's just crazy. We come up with all these theories. As an army, I get asked that a lot too. Like, how do you understand what they're saying? You can always look that up.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's like common sense, but for people who don't listen to music in different languages, it's a foreign concept for them. So, I mean, all we need to do is to tell them about it.
Yeah, let them know. Yeah, if you guys are interested, especially when I introduce BTS songs to my friends and coworkers, I let them know, hey, make sure to turn on the translations on their music videos, or if you want to look up the lyrics to it, you can find them online.
Right, and that's one of the best things about BTS and even Big Hit, because it's such a started off as a small company. We've always had that English translation in their MVs. So I think that's been a contributing factor to every single army that I think I've encountered, even people that weren't armies, and I've kind of sort of made them armies.
Yes, and even RM has acknowledged Army's hard work behind the lyrics and translating and everything, because he knows that plays a big role behind understanding their music. So, And personally, on a personal level, though, what do you think of BTS's music?
Personally, I love the fact that they experiment with new sounds and constantly reinvent themselves. It's difficult to do that these days. People fall into the same routine and they follow what's trending, but BTS not like that. They don't shy away from stepping out of their comfort zone, and there is something for everyone. when you look for BTS music. I mean, there's from hip hop to EDM to R&B. You will find something that you like in their discography. So I have to say, not many artists can successfully do that while also staying on message. And the fact that they try to tell their own stories as well make the music a lot more relatable and authentic to me.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. Recently, BTS released a new song called Fake Love. And more, what do you think about their new album?
Besides that it's a total hit, I think as Bao mentioned, the fact that they try to tell their own stories and they transmit that into their music, it makes it a lot more relatable and authentic. So for this new album, they went with a darker version releasing Fake Love, and I think Namjoon has RM has mentioned a lot of times how you can't be, how can you love somebody or love others if you're not real with yourself? So that makes it, that makes that love fake, regardless, um, regardless if it's your friends, your family, your partners. It could be with whoever it is, but if you don't love yourself and you're not true to yourself, how can you transmit that into your relationship? So it's definitely a powerful message. And every single song in this album, from not being yourself to finding yourself and being your own superhero, everyone's message will be different depending on what we're all going through in life. But I think that this album is literally from finding yourself, loving yourself, and being your own superhero. So from a musical composition standpoint, I think this album truly shows how much they are flexing their skills. They are experimenting more with different sounds and genres on one album. There is literally a song for every style or genre of music in this album. And that's what makes it, this has to be like one of my favorite albums from BTS.
They really did experiment a lot with the genres in this album. And I remember we broke down the different genres of each song. And like you said, it brings different audiences in. And there's a song for, you will find at least one song that you can't help but love in that album, if not all. And that's the problem with armies.
Right,
you can't
love them all.
We love it all.
Talking. No, but it is the most difficult questions to ask us. What's your favorite BTS song? Because we just love them all. Seriously, I'm not even trying to be biased right now. This songs are just so good, especially when you read the lyrics.
When you read the lyrics, yes, and know how meaningful it is.
Yes.
What is BTS for BTS50States? I mean, what do you think is the best word that you can describe it or describe them?
So recently in an interview BTS did with KBS, a similar question was asked to V, and he said life. I want to say it goes both ways. BTS gives life to every single admin in BTS50States. We laugh together, we cry together, we encourage each other, we just give each other life. And honestly, like, my heart is pounding as I'm saying that, but
right? I'm getting teary-eyed.
True.
I'm over here getting all teary-eyed and everything. It really is true.
Give me a minute. I have to go cry and then come back.
I know, that's how I feel right now. Oh, I didn't think I'd get emotional for this, but it really is true. And I love how you chose that word to describe BTS and ARMY together. They really give us life.
I mean, when I saw the interview, and V already has a way, well, all the members do, but V has a way of, like, actually, I can feel his honesty in his eyes, that the moment that he said that, I kind of, like, felt a connection, and I was like, I feel the same. Like, what's going on? But yeah, I think he hit the main point. It's life. We give each other life. Yeah, gave me goosebumps.
I know, right? Oh my. So, what would you like to say to BTS and their company? Let's make a voice letter.
If I can, hopefully I'm not like, I don't start shedding tears.
I know, right?
Get
I know I'm
emotional.
gonna be crying.
Like,
Oh, we will need a few minutes afterwards so that we can
and
recuperate.
right.
So, okay, for BTS, from your friendship to your work ethics, thank you for being an inspiration to us. The way you all have owned and tuned your craft and artistic skills is clear, and we want you to know that your talent is not only appreciated but respected as well. We've broken barriers in the music industry and have given the world inspiring music to listen to. We have and always will be proud of you. We'll continue to give you all the love, strength, and support you deserve because you all do the same thing for us whenever we've needed it. Our DNA are connected, and together we will continue to shed our blood, sweat, and tears to accomplish our goals. For Big Hit and to the Big Hit staff, from Bang PD Neem, managers, makeup and wardrobe stylists, producers, backup dancers, interpreters, and everyone behind the scenes. Thank you for being supportive and watching over all the BTS members. Your work may be behind the scenes, but we can see your love shine brightly on Seven Faces when they hit that stage. The teamwork between Big Hit and BTS is a constant inspiration for BTS 50 States and all armies all over the world in our daily lives. Thank you for dedicating so much time in creating the beautiful family Big Hit, BTS, and Army formed together. We appreciate you and look forward to continue walking hand in hand, breaking more barriers, making more dreams come true. We purple you. Thank you for being our galaxy, and we're sending a whole bunch of hugs your way.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Oh God, I love that. We're all trying to recover now.
We all need a minute.
I know. Hold up. Let me drink some water.
That was emotional.
That was emotional and like.
I think it hit a lot of the good points because we all connected to their music and their lyrics in some sort of ways, and we not just little young fangirls swooning over pretty boys, but we actually connect to the message that they try to communicate with us. So I think that's why it makes all of us emotional.
Yeah. We connect with them on a deeper level, and that's why a lot of people don't understand why do we do all this for BTS,
Right.
well, because they deserve it and they've done so much for us. They helped us so much emotionally, and they helped us, a lot of people, through life, and a lot of people don't realize that. And I know one day though they will see and understand why armies do this for BTS and why BTS does things for army. So that was a beautiful letter. I cannot
Yes,
wait.
that was very beautiful.
So, many new fans are joining Army family. What advice would you give them, though, as far as promoting?
Okay, so I think the most important thing I want to remind Army is that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Because unlike Korean promotion, which lasts maybe a few weeks, a song needs months to find its footing here in the US market. And especially if you are not the top 10 artist, BTS is still the underdog here, and we will need all the support and allies that we can get. So I would say to be polite, patient, resilient, and consistent in promoting the boys and follow the flower path. Um, Also, always remember that you never walk alone. There are so many armies here to welcome you into the fandom, and BTS 50 States, we love being able to help army connect and meet each other. So like BTS say, teamwork makes the dream work.
And I also see that you guys now have an official website for BTS USA. It's, BTSx50States.com. How do you manage both Twitter and website while promoting BTS?
We actually have a website team. They developed and maintain our content on the site. So shout out to our team for doing such an amazing job. The website was created to support our social media operations and other regional activities. Considering the amount of posts we put out every day on social media, information get lost so easily. So the website is a good resource for armies to explore on their own and to find answers to most frequently asked questions and to look through our successful projects. They can also find upcoming events and activities that we are planning as well.
And you each have a different role in the team. How many teams do you have, and how do you all manage to stay organized?
We do have a lot of teams. Under the main account, BTS50States are 15 regional accounts. The main account is run by a board of directors who also oversee organization-wide operation. Regional accounts are run by their head admins and admins. Aside from that, we have other departments such as the research team, projects team, public relations team, HR team, design, website, a social media team for social platforms, and we even have a writing team. So we have it all divided up enough, and it's all volunteer based. So we all juggle our work for BTS50States and our real life responsibilities. It's not easy, but we do have fun doing it, and our passion to see BTS successful is what keeps us going.
Wow. I never realized. I know it took a lot of hard work, but to see how organized you guys are too, and have it divided up and organized groups is just, it's crazy.
Well, it took us a while to come up with the system that we have right now, but
Exactly.
yeah, it's what's working right now.
Yeah, wow. That's amazing. That's
If
amazing.
we wouldn't have this, I think we would all be running crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was
yeah.
thinking. Especially when I read that there's 80 people in the group. I'm like, how do you guys manage to stay so organized? And like going through your guys' website and Twitter and seeing that all, I'm like, wow. It really does take a lot of hard work, and the fact that you guys are volunteering to do this, juggling your real life job, life, and BTS, it's not easy. It's not easy. So I give you guys props for that.
Well, BTS is life, so.
Yes, there you go. There you go. So, what other goals do you guys have for this year and in the future?
Well, we are very greedy, so the list is going to be a little bit long. So we have two sets of goals, one for BTS and one for BTS50States as an organization. So for BTS, short term in the second half of this year, we are working toward getting RIAA Gold certifications for Fake Love and Love Yourself tiered. We will also be helping Fake Love achieve longevity on Hot 100. My Drop Remix charted for 10 weeks on Hot 100, so we definitely want to surpass that. Long term, we're looking at platinum certifications, the top spot on Hot 100 because the boy wanted it. And we also look forward to seeing BTS nominated for awards by the AMAs, BBMAs, other than top social artists, and ultimately Grammys. And these are big goals, but we have all the time in the world. As long as BTS continue doing music, that's what we're gonna be continue doing. And or BTS50States, our mission is our goal, which is we want to be U.S. Army's #1 source for BTS news and content while providing the fandom with insight and guidance to help pave the way for BTS success in the U.S. So we are continuously recruiting more volunteers to hopefully eventually have all 50 state accounts active. Because the more localized we are, the easier it is to reach the general public and to organize projects to promote BTS locally. And at the end of the day, we really just want to support BTS and be one of the main fan base account that help bring US Army together for all things BTS. Um, that's a lot of work. There's a lot of work ahead of us, but I mean, we are very excited for what to come, and when we look forward to making even a bigger impact in the future.
Yes, thank you. Thank you guys so much for all of your hard work and time. It's just amazing to see how far you guys have come, especially like you said, starting with 3 people to now this well organized group, and it's just gonna become a lot more organized, and you guys are gonna accomplish a lot more in the future. And I hope that this interview will also help others find you guys and use you guys as a #1 resource for everything BTS. So thank you so much for joining us on this interview. I really appreciate you guys taking this time to sit down and talk with me.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it. And thank you for reaching out to us, reaching out to BTS 50 States. Know that we are working tirelessly but excited. And we have more great things to come. Just look out for us and keep supporting us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
It's really nice talking to you, and I mean it's our first audio interview, and to be able to talk to a fellow Army, it's really it's fun. It's fun when we get to talk about BTS and the things that we do, and I thank you for reaching out to us.
Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. And I'm happy that K-pop channel is wanting to introduce you guys and to really see what you've all gone through. And not like I said, not a lot of people know what happens behind the scenes, and they think it's really easy to just put BTS on the charts when it takes a lot of hard work and time out of your life and dedication. So I thought this was a really good idea for K-pop channel to interview you guys. So thank you again.
Yeah. Thank you. And I would like to add that even though thank you for highlight our hard work, but we have to say is all armies. 80 of us wouldn't be able to make such an impact without hundreds of thousands of other armies helping out. So the stories that we go through, I'm sure every single armies went through as well. So
yeah, our international armies all over the world have jumped into the boat with us, and they're sailing right along with us. So, like Bao said, there may be 80 of us, but it wouldn't be possible with just 80. It's thanks to all our followers who are also there, and they're supporting us, and they entrust that we're giving them the right information that they need. So we're thankful for them also.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. I hope we'll be able to interview you guys in the future, especially, once a lot of things has happened. And I'm sure the Grammys, come on, I'm really hoping for those Grammys.
Fingers crossed.